What's going on, buddy? My name is ZealetPrince, and welcome back to yet another reaction video. And today we're checking out the latest installment to the Serverblight story. This video is called PROXY. It just came out about 2 days ago by the time I'm recording this. And by the looks of the thumbnail, it looks like we're dealing with two completely different players. Two of which I don't think we've ever seen that have been in proximity to the Serverblight. And it seems like it's going to be another one of those creepypasta-like read ones, like we saw with one of the other videos. I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head, but it was before Assimilation. I think it was before Assimilation, yeah, where I discussed the possibility of how the Serverblight infected both the players and the people in real life, which ended up being a true just speculation, but regardless, we're going to head and check this out, as I am excited whenever we watch a Serverblight video. There's always new information being added and more to the story. I actually jumped on Team Fortress 2 the other day. I was thinking of changing my Steam name to one of the characters, or one of the infected, like, ghillie suit. But anyway, I probably should do that just to mess with some people. But anyway, we're going to get into today's video in 3, 2, 1... boom. I'm not turning on subtitles. I got my water. We're all good.
I don't really know how to start this. I've never really done anything like this, but I just need this off my chest. At the very least, I'll be able to refer back to this post if things get even worse. I've been rooming with a good friend of mine for over a year now. I met Mark online. We were playing Team Fortress 2.
New name. It's
an old class shooter with a pretty big fan base. This game had a very communal feeling, made you feel like you were really a part of something, you know? I heard it kinda went downhill in the last couple of years, but I haven't played it in a while. Mark and I pretty much became best friends on there. We both had the same shitty sense of humor, we liked the same YouTubers, and we both hated pyro players. Plus, I'm pretty sure neither of us had many friends in real life. He was basically my best and only friend for a couple years. We both grew up and met new people, but we always stayed in contact via Steam. So when we both realized we'd be studying in the same area, we decided to room together. And that's where I've been living since like 2023. I promise it's all relevant to what's been happening. So a few weeks ago I came home to the apartment after a pretty late shift at my job. Between all the fees and my half of the rent, I kinda need to take what I could get. It was a shitty, rainy night and I just wanted some peace and quiet. I found Mark in his room playing TF2. I hadn't touched a game in forever, but it was still his favorite game to play. And I had no idea how he found the time. I gave him a half-assed "how was your day" and hunkered down on my own PC so I could get one of my assignments done before hitting the hay. Now about 5 minutes later I suddenly got a notification on my screen.
Hey.
Mark was messaging me on Steam.
This game sucks ass.
Now frankly I was bored as shit and about ready to throw being productive out the window entirely, so I shot him a text back. I know, that's why you play it. We may be roommates, but I'd like to think sending Steam DMs to your friend who's 2 rooms over is normal for our generation.
Can't play this alone. Hop on with me.
Now, I would have been down for a game anytime. I was going to be busy the next morning, and we'd be spending hours in game at least. I lacked the willpower to quit playing, and Mark sure as well wasn't going to stop me. I couldn't get carried away. Can't. Gotta study.
Coward.
I thought about going on Do Not Disturb, but decided against it. You can guess how that went.
Teammates are boring as fuck.
Just join another game.
But I like this map.
Then look for a game running it. Suffice to say, I got carried away.
Just let me in this round first.
Go get him, Tiger. I tabbed back into my assignment, ready to ignore Mark if I had to. We've had this exact same situation enough times already.
WTF?
I ignored him.
This game is so dead, man.
I ignored him.
There's a bunch of guys in Red's face.
I ignored him.
They aren't even fighting.
I ignored him.
I killed him, lol.
I was going to keep ignoring the DMs, but I caved when I saw him send me a screenshot as well. I showed a taunting Mark standing on a pile of exploded enemies. He was playing his main, Soldier, who was making an L on his forehead. I was staring at the image for a long time.
Wait a second. This soldier looks very familiar. Give me one moment. Shit. I hate that I sometimes have a very good memory when it comes to certain outfits for spotting. I hate that you know what? I hate that I see too much details to see something like this. Before I show this screen, as soon as I started looking closely at the soldier that we were just looking at, he looked extremely familiar. Like we've seen a player already like this once already. Which, now going back to our previous video, to Serverblight awareness, we have seen this soldier before. This is what we see now versus what we saw in the previous video. It is the same soldier that did the same exact taunt as our player that we were following in awareness. We know what his face is gonna be. Oh boy. All right, let's get back into it.
Soldier who's making
also there's a scout in the down.
I was staring at the image
left.
for a long time before I noticed it. Who's that scout?
What?
In the background. It took him a while to respond. I was about to get back to my assignment when I saw him typing.
Oh yeah, lol. Oh, he's just staring at me. Wait.
It took him a bit to respond again. I didn't think about tapping out this time.
He ran away when I walked up to him.
You gotta kill him, man.
Yeah.
With that, I figured I could finally get my work done and go to sleep. I didn't think there was anything wrong. Who would? All that was perfectly normal for TF2 as far as I remembered. I decided I'd join Mark on the game when we were both free for the next weekend. I'll be on in a minute.
You promise?
I let him wait while I honed to finally finish my assignment. I was almost done for the night when I saw his username pop up again.
I killed the scout.
I barely registered his constant updates as I typed.
No one's responding to my messages anymore.
I ignored him again.
Okay, once again, I think I hate the fact that I'm noticing this now. Like I said in a few minutes ago, I'm just rambling because my brain cannot keep up with my words. Is that scout the same scout we saw in the very first video? The same one that's Bread Dolphin's friend? Is it the same guy?
I can't look away from my screen.
I ignored him.
They're all staring at me.
Only after I did a double take did I bother to type back into my Steam client again.
He's now realizing
I had
there's
to
something
process
wrong
what
with the
he was saying
server.
as I reread the message a couple times. I had no clue what he was trying to tell me. Mark had never acted this way before. You okay, man? I waited a solid minute or two, but no more messages came in. It was tripping me up so bad I needed a moment just to remember that we were literally in the same apartment.
Yeah.
Just 2 rooms apart. I was a little nervous to go over and check on him. I think I expected him to be joking, and to laugh at me when I actually bothered to come over. But the way he was talking had genuinely unnerved me. The rain was coming down pretty hard when I crossed our living room to knock on his door. Roommate etiquette, of course. Hey, Mark, you all good in there? I gave him a moment, but there wasn't any response. I wasn't going to intrude on him like that. Maybe he was focused on the game with headphones on. I was this close to leaving him be when, just to make sure, I put my ear onto the wooden door and held my breath, listening for movement. But Mark wasn't moving. He was gasping and choking, weakly, quietly struggling for air.
He's been infected.
I didn't know what was going on, or whether or not to call an ambulance as soon as possible. Instead, I tried the door handle. It was unlocked. I barged in immediately. Mark was at his desk, sitting straight with his hands on his keyboard and mouse. All the while, his body was spasming violently. It's what I would imagine a death on the electric chair would look like. I still feel nauseous thinking back on it, because he wasn't screaming. He was just gagging quietly while his body convulsed. I ran up to him. For whatever reason, I held his shoulders, trying to steady him. I had no clue what was happening, or what I was supposed to do to help him. Looking down, I saw everything from his shirt to his keyboard was speckled with blood. I thought he'd somehow cut himself, but no, it was choking him. He was choking on his own blood. It kept coming as he writhed in what I presumed to be immense pain. I think he was crying. I was panicking, yelling at him to talk to me. He wouldn't budge when I tried to move him. When I lifted his head to look at me, it just fell back limply. The blood he was coughing up splattered across my face and made me take a step back. I held back the urge to vomit when I looked back at Mark. He was looking up at me. I could see his eyes now. They had clouded over, like awful cataracts, gushing tears while he tried to speak through all the blood. Seeing his hands still locked up, clutching at his computer, I went to grab his wrist, but they wouldn't move. They just wouldn't move. It was like Mark was trying to keep his hands in place, and I couldn't overpower him no matter how I tried. I could have sworn when I touched his hands, there was a voice whispering behind me. I looked back at him just as he managed to choke out a single sentence, spewing more fresh blood across us both. He gasped one more time, and then his body went limp, his milky eyes staring into the empty space behind me. I immediately went to grab my phone, but something caught my eye. This whole time, I hadn't once looked at his computer screen. I was so distracted with helping Mark. I expected to see the game he'd been playing all night, or the Steam DMs he'd be sending me.
What?
But instead I saw a pale pair of eyes, maniacally wide open and pressed up against the screen.
Oh shit.
Almost seeming to stare at Mark's unmoving body. My mind was playing catch up for a second or two. I didn't move, and I was holding my breath, trying to make sense of it. I only broke out of my trance when the eyes seemed to shift and look at me.
Oh.
I sped out of the room and dialed 911. By the time I entered that room again, Mark's PC was dead. The ambulance came in pretty quickly. I couldn't help them much. I didn't know what happened to Mark. I didn't know about his medical history, and I was still frantically scrubbing his blood off my clothes. I got in contact with his parents and tried to calm down. I took the day off after that. I had to know what happened to him. Mark's parents are already at the hospital. They told me he dipped into a coma. Something about pre-existing conditions? I really don't remember. It didn't look like he'd be waking up anytime soon. I tried to tell him what I saw that night. I tried to explain what had happened, but what was I supposed to say? That his computer tried to kill him? It's so fucking stupid. So I left. I think they blame me for what happened. Didn't they have a point? I could have acted faster. Called help immediately instead of wasting time. I tried to put it behind me, really. My parents shouldered Mark's half of the rent so I could find a new place. I focused on college. I worked overtime. I tried to go back to normal. That's what you're supposed to do, right? I was the crazy one, right? I had a bad experience. I was seeing shit. I really tried to get back to normal. I am moving out this week. I found a cheaper, shittier place in another part of the city. I'm doing fine with college. I'm making enough money to cover the new rent. I was dealing with it well enough. I was never going to write about any of this. A couple of days ago, I had some free time. I was thinking about what happened with Mark, so I decided to play some TF2 again. For his sake. The game looked different from what I remembered. It had been a while. I hopped into a match and just messed around for a bit. The map was Nucleus, and honestly I had a good time. I got to blow people up, get backstabbed, fall into the hole in the center of the map. It was like I was remember it being back in the day. It felt natural to keep playing. That was until I saw a familiar red soldier looking at me from around a corner. He had Mark's exact loadout, and he was standing perfectly still, staring at me.
Serverblight drone.
The scoreboard and found Sigismund0, Mark's Steam username. The game had suddenly gone dead silent. It was like I was seeing a ghost. I knew the real Mark was unconscious in a hospital bed, so who was this? The player in front of me somehow reached out his hand, as if he wanted me to take it, and I swear, I saw him smile at me. A notification popped up in the corner of my screen.
You promise?
It was a Steam
mimicking
from Mark's account.
You promise?
I tried to blink, but I couldn't close my eyes. I tried to pull my hands off my keyboard and mouse, but it felt like something was holding my wrist in place, forcing me to keep playing. My whole body felt paralyzed, locked into place. Instead of letting go, my in-game character walked back. I dropped into that hole in the center of the map. There was a painful crunch that I felt in the back of my neck as my character died. I felt the grip of my body release for just a second, and I immediately left the server, closed the game, and shut down my computer. I haven't told anyone about this. What the fuck am I supposed to say? Someone's impersonating my dead friend in a video game? It's not just that. Every time I open Steam, I get flooded with these messages. Things Mark said to me before, constantly on loop. I think it's trying to get me to play the game again. I've had dreams about him. I hear Mark shouting, screaming for help, but I can't get to him. As someone is laughing the whole time. Sometimes when I'm alone, I see it in the corner of my eye. But when I look, there's nothing there. This is why I'm posting this. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I don't want any of this to happen, and no one is going to believe me. If you know anything about this, please reach out. I can hear someone whispering. The voice sounds like Mark, but the words don't belong to him.
So, not only was that terrifying, but we also got more information about the Serverblight's victims. Apparently, they're not entirely dead. They're thrown into a comatose state, which means they're alive, but I guess they're also dead in this case. And since we've never had a shot of the, computer monitor when the Serverblight infects somebody, never thought I'd see a pair of eyes. I thought what I was imagining this whole time is the infected player literally standing in front of their screen, still, wrapping their body around them and infecting them. But no, it's the Serverblight itself staring directly through the screen, breaking through the coding of its reality. And I hate, I do this every time whenever I watch videos like this. It started when I started watching Daylight 3's videos a while back, where I started noticing things in the background. I started keeping my eye out much further to see if there are things I can notice that I don't think many people would if they're not paying attention to every little detail of the video. So that trait carried over to Serverblight. I didn't do it in the first reaction I ever did a Serverblight because I didn't know what I was getting into. But ever since then, I've been paying attention to little minute details when it comes to the players, their chat boxes, the kill screams, the way they act. And as of this moment in the series, there are 4 official people that escaped the Serverblight. Mark, Bread Dolphin, our scout friend from the last video, I don't remember his name in that video at the moment, and this guy, I don't remember his name either. 4 official people that we know that managed to escape the Serverblight's clutches. And now, not only did they become mindless drones for the Serverblight, but they're not entirely dead. How do you stop this thing? Does the Community Germans, you're probably watching this. Do you have a ending planned for this series anytime soon, or are you guys going to keep going for maybe like another year or two for this series? I'm quite curious, because I think we're 7 videos through the series, and I don't know how it's going to end. Is it even possible to destroy the Serverblight or contain it? Because I know Aaron is trying to fight back against this thing. The Red Dolphin doesn't want anything to do with it. Our friend here is absolutely terrified that nobody's going to believe him. And our scout friend escaped, and we don't know what his plans are, especially since he said he's seen it before. Possibly from Minecraft, or some sort of iteration entity similar to the Serverblight, like Herobrine, or something like that. I don't know, I'm just speculating. But regardless, what the hell? Oh my god. This series is going to keep going in directions I'm not even going to be able to anticipate. But regardless, if you guys enjoyed today's reaction video, please like, comment, subscribe, and to Two Idiot Germans, if you need an extra background voice actor for your for any of your work, please let me know in the comment section. I will gladly lend you my voice if you need for some either for non-important characters in the background or just talking, or guys that get assimilated right away. I don't mind offering my voice. I'm reacting to your stuff. I enjoy it, every part of it. If you guys need a backup voice actor for just doing stuff in the background, I will gladly lend you my voice. But regardless, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the very next one. Bye!